today with Lydie SOLOMON, who's a young artist, classical artist who works a lot on classical music, but also in other fields. And she gave a concert on the 11th of May 2011, which was a big success. And today we would like to ask her some questions. Hello, Lydie.
Hello, Mario.
You're back on the stage of classical music. You also worked as an actress, as a singer, and you also did an MBA in business. Where are you being today? What you want to do today?
What I want to do today is play the piano. Okay, so classical music is what I've been doing all my life, so I'm used to playing classical music, but it's not an aim in itself. It means that, as you said, I had a few varied experiences in movie, singing, composing, writing as well, and business school. But it happens that the piano is what I do the best, probably. So, but it's not an aim in itself. It's just a means to help me express what I need to express. That is, express love and other values like that. And it happens that it's through the piano that I can do this. But so today, as you said, I'm back on the classical stage.
Okay. Can you tell me a bit more about your professional background? How did it start?
So I started the piano at 2. I was at home, and my mother just rented a upright piano, and I listened to the Ode to Joy by Beethoven. Okay. And I just started playing it on the
piano. Age of 2?
At the age of 2, and I remember that I played it by ear, and my mother was quite stunned, so she decided to give me some lessons, and that is how I started. So then I did conservatoire and competitions, concerts. I started performing on stage at 10, so it was quite young, and I didn't have quite the feeling that it was my choice, because I was too young to decide. So at age 18 I decided to broaden my experience by doing other things, such as a business school, ESSEC. Actress, I got a autobiographic part in a movie that was released in 2009, and composing and singing, and I needed to nourish my life by other experiences before getting back to the piano and deciding freely that it was my decision to come back to the classical stage. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But was classical music part of your family, or were you influenced by that in the beginning, or was it just you who discovered it when you were 2?
Well, my parents are not musicians at all, but they are very fond of classical music. So I think my parents love Beethoven, so they listened to a lot of Beethoven, especially when my mother was pregnant, and so I think it influenced me a lot. Okay. But I couldn't say that I was raised in a classical musician family. No, it's not true. But it was. I fell in love with that music.
Okay. Yeah. Can you tell me a bit more about your origins?
So my mother is Korean, and my father is half French and half Romanian.
Okay. Yeah. So, and did that inspire you for your music as well? These different cultures. Yeah,
I think the seek of understanding other cultures, yes, moves me, because I didn't have the choice when I was young. I had to understand different cultures, because I was the result of a mixture of cultures. But I couldn't say that Romanian culture influenced me, neither Korean culture. It's not explicit, but for example, in my last album, El Dorado, I was influenced by Hispanic music. Mm-hmm. I just happened to have a connection with Hispanic culture. Mm-hmm. The language, the literature, the music. Mm-hmm. I vibrate for this music, but I cannot explain it because I don't have any Spanish origins.
Okay. And when and how did you discover your interest for Hispanic? Well, the Hispanic world, actually.
It was quite a long time ago, actually, because when I was 16, I discovered the sonata by Alberto Ginastera, which is one of the last tunes in the CD. And I literally fell in love with that sonata. I played it over and over. I couldn't help but play it all the time. The rhythm, the dancing, the violence, the suffering, and also the joy in this music moved me a lot. And it was really I found everything in that sonata that I needed to express. Softness, joy. So I always wanted to build something around this sonata, but I did not have the opportunity. And then in 7 years ago, I went to Madrid, and I've been living there for 6 months. And I gave concerts there with other Hispanic pieces. So, it's I built this program very slowly in the time. It's been 13 years, but I happened to have the opportunity to record a CD with a label and with a sponsor a few months ago. So this is I said, okay, this is the time to do it. To build this Hispanic program.
Yeah. Can you tell a bit more about your CD and about, the idea behind the CD and the program?
Okay, so the CD El Dorado is a big journey through 200 years and 10,000 miles. We start at the King's Court in Madrid in the middle of the 18th century. And we travel around Pays Basque, Catalogne, and then we go to South America, and we go through Mexico, Cuba, Argentina, and we end in Argentina in the mid-80s. So it's a big journey, and moreover, it's a story that is told behind the lines. Each tune has something to do with the tune that comes before, and so you can read in the CD the whole story of the journey.
Okay, well, that's interesting. And what do you want to express with your music?
I think El Dorado sums up quite well what I want to express. El Dorado, it's the name of a very ancient city in Amazonia, but in a more metaphorical way, it's I interpret it that way. I think it's the secret of freedom, El Dorado. When you find El Dorado, you find your dreams. So maybe my mission as a musician is to help people open their hearts, so that they can feel like seeking their true treasure in life. Okay. I think this is my mission.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. What are your future plans and your projects for your music?
So I'm working on a new journey concept. So it won't be from Spain to Argentina, but another trip. I like this concept.
Okay.
I like to make people travel, make people dream, make people, So this is one part of what I'm working on today, and of course I'm still playing El Dorado, and we are planning a tour in Cuba and in Spain. So it's not for the Cuba tour is for next year, and Spain I think it's in the next few months.
Okay, well, very good. Well, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you, Marion.